I feel like I should have a proper explanation of what this channel is, of what it was, of what I wanted it to be. So this was basically, back when I started it, my idea was this is just going to be a place where I post whatever because I want to learn how to make a YouTube video. I was very, so I've always pretty much always wanted to do some sort of writing thing, right? And I had this conversation with Zugak way back, which was about, basically I was just asking him like why he wanted to, he was just like really adamant about making TV for the average person. He didn't want to do something that was like extremely insular, just like I was specifically like, crowdfunding and shit like that. It's like he was like, no, I don't want to make TV for only the people who are willing to pay like $60 on Patreon. I just want to make it for the everyman. And I kind of back then raised my eyebrow, maybe scoffed in the corner, but I had the exact same attitude as him, and I still do now, probably, about writing. And when I was 18, I wanted to write, but I didn't want to write for people who read books, which is right now mostly middle-aged white women. Like that is the demographic that reads books. They just aren't. They're just becoming more and more niche, and I want it to be sort of within the public conversation, and within something that people who watch TV might be interested in, people who play video games might be interested in. Just what is the average man? How is the average man consuming his writing? And it's usually not, at least for recreation, it's not usually in books. And so I was kind of down on that, and I was thinking, well, YouTube is writing, and fucking everybody's watching YouTube videos, so maybe I could do that. And so this was going to be my testing grounds for that. Just learn how to make a YouTube video, and I never did, because I can't. I don't think I could force myself to. I tried a lot, and it like all the times were like excruciatingly painful. Like some of them were fun, but most of the writing I've done for this is like I don't want to put effort into the visuals. I just want to write. And when I do something that's visually oriented, it has nothing to do with writing. Like I could make a YouTube poop or a YTPMV, and that would be fun. But that's not, it's not what I got into the platform to do, I guess. Right now, so basically this channel was conceived as sort of basically the After Dark of Digipro After Dark, basically, but without a main channel. So what like basically happened was that all the people who know me now, for some reason, are watching this terrible channel. And I was talking to my sister, and she was like, we watched, we being her and her husband, my old Berserk video, and I was like, oh, it's bad. I don't want my sister watching that. I don't want anybody watching those videos. But I also I have like I just feel like when people delete stuff online, I just feel like that's really cowardly, and I don't want to replicate it. I don't like doing that, so I get to live with my shame. At the same time, I have come back and privated things I don't really like anymore. The more egregious stuff. So yeah, but like I sort of realized that I hate doing YouTube as anything other than just something as a hobby. Like I find sort of the platform more enjoyable to use for podcasting, like radio style shit. And the reason I haven't like really addressed this Like, there's no... I really thought that explaining what this is would be egotistical and boring because nobody cares. But at the same time, like, you go to any YouTube channel and, like, the thing they have on their front thing is, like, what is this? Explain what this is. Like a Wikipedia of whatever they're doing. So it's like, I don't know. But I should have known this was gonna happen. I needed to vent, I guess. I don't know. I've just been doing nothing today. Just been being useless today. I guess I'll move on. Explicate. Excise. Exercise. This one thought I've had. And it's about meaning. It's about deep meaning, a need for meaning in life. And just people feeling purposeless, vacuous holes within their life, feeling like they're not driven, they're not passionate enough about anything. My sister's been talking about this recently, and Nico posted some stuff on Twitter. And I was like, man, fucking just feels like everyone around me who's older than me is like sort of at that point in their life. So here's what I think about it, I guess. And I want to know. I was at a point in my life like that, I guess, when I was 18. Like, oh my gosh, why I have no purpose. There's no purpose in life. There's no point. And hold on. It's sort of faded away with a lot of, just basically I feel like all of my existential pain has been replaced with physical pain. And I don't have to worry about I don't really have any existential dread anymore, because most of my day-to-day is just worrying about, is just, my thoughts are, I just want to not be in physical pain anymore for various reasons. The various reasons are the various reasons why I'm in physical pain. I don't know if I want to get into that in this. I was like, so it's like, I don't have to worry about these things anymore, but I used to. So I understand, like, I guess this perspective. And what I want to know is how much of the need for meaning is constructed, and how much of it is like a real and actual human need. Like, I think about religion and shit, and I think, what problem was Jesus trying to solve? And my answer is he was trying to solve. He's a fucking con man. He's a charlatan. He solved a problem that he invented. He said, "You're weak and evil, and the only thing that can help you from being corrupted and flawed and broken is me, Jesus Christ. So you have to do what I say." And that's my opinion on that. Like, there's a charitable interpretation of Jesus as, like, when Jesus says, "You fucking, I'm the way," you can be like, okay, well, what he means is he's representing a sort of set of higher values. No, what my interpretation of it is no, you buy my package. You have to mean, he literally means himself. You know, you have to buy into me and I'll fix your problem. I'll give you a grand narrative into which to insert your experience into and form a cohesive set of experiences. Form them around me. That time you stub your toe, it was because God had a plan. Now, please be fruitful and multiply and go tell everybody how cool I am. So I think, like, in that sense, if you grow up in a religious community, in a deeply religious community, you have this sort of ingrained sense of need for a sort of greater order of greatness, of narrative importance. Like, you can't just be yourself. You have to be some kind of like gear in a larger machine that's really important, that's doing great things, and you're on the right track, and you're against the bad guys, and things are going to be okay because you're on the winning team. That sort of stuff. And it's like, you don't need that. You are enough. Being hot take, human is enough. Your humanity is good. You are not weak. You just have a weakness, and you are strong, and you can overcome them. You're not corrupt. You just have flaws, and you are good enough to overcome them. And that's my opinion. But there's also that sort of like deep instinctual dread of like, oh gosh, I'm fucking temporal and I'm gonna die, and I want something to reassure me that what I'm doing matters. And it's like, maybe don't worry about that so much, because it doesn't really seem to help. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, come on. I don't know. Like, specifically, like, if you're just like lacking meaning, what's my life philosophy? Right now, it's you don't need a big narrative, a hero's journey, or whatever. You just need you surviving in the day-to-day, the moment-to-moment, because you are living, because you are experiencing existence. That makes you a hero. Because you're going, you keep on going. Like, the idea that some experiences are more valuable than others. Like, it's true, but like the idea that you need to be in this like epic battle against good and evil or whatever, it's like lame. You just need to, why is that more good than just eating Subway sandwich and just living? That's also good. And I think you making it through day to day, that makes you pretty cool. What else? I don't know if I've explained this thought good enough, but whatever. What else? What else is there to talk about? I was just going on forever in my head. But now that I have to actually speak in front of a microphone, it's terrible. I hate it. But I needed to do this. I needed to have like a little moment, talk to myself, say hello, how are you? I guess getting back to like my earlier thought about books, about a good platform for writing to make people to read. How to make people read? How do you do it? How do you make people read? It's impossible. The thing I can think of is video games, and I'm like, maybe if I force people to, maybe that would make them read, but I don't know. And maybe just reading out loud, like, I don't know. do you have to work on TV shows to get people to read? And like even then, I think it is sort of an ego trip kind of thing. At least for me, it's like, I can't just be satisfied with having an extremely niche audience. I want to be able to reach as many people as possible. And sort of the catch-22 or whatever is that's kind of impossible. Like the idea that you can just use an everyman's platform that the everyman is like more likely to use or whatever. Excuse me, every person. The every person. Like obviously some people are blind, some people are deaf. They can't watch YouTube. They can't do it. So it's like you're not gonna read. What about people who don't use TVs? What about the Amish? Like you're gonna miss out on some people. You're not gonna be able to have the potential to reach like everyone in the world. So why do I want to reach more people? And the answer is maybe it is just a bit of an ego trip. Like, I think it might be okay to just be satisfied writing books and be like, you know what? No, maybe only middle-aged white women will read this, and maybe that's okay. Who knows? Yeah, I've had a pretty bad discipline problem lately. In regards to keeping up with schoolwork, it doesn't help that I'm on medicine that kind of makes me a little bit depressed. Not in the I'm sad kind of sense, but in the just generally unmotivated and have a low mood. Like, it doesn't necessarily make me sad. It just kind of makes me unmotivated and not want to do anything. Funnily enough, I'm not on this medicine for depression reasons. I'm on it for like pain relief reasons. And it does help, but that is the unfortunate side effect of that. Like this morning I was supposed to go to my fucking internship, but I called in sick. I've missed like 3 days in a row now, which is fine because I've had an ear infection recently. Like it's not like I haven't been not sick, but today I probably could have gone. I just woke up and was like, nope, it's not happening. And, in the grand scheme of things, it'll probably all be fine. Worst comes to worst, I fail, like, one class or whatever. Who cares? I don't know. What's the worst thing that happened? I lose my scholarship and then get kicked out, and then I'll just be a freeter for a while. I'll do it. I'll be just like an enemy. It's okay. What else? Yep, I have basically did nothing last week. I barely watched any TV. I basically played no video games. I was just kind of not necessarily like super miserable, but like a little bit, because I upped my dosage because I'm supposed to be on a higher dosage, but just working my way up is just like it just makes me a little down. Just makes me a little not really frown, just like less active, I guess. I don't have as much energy. What else? What else is there to talk about? I definitely have like fucking thoughts I need to talk about. I need to talk about things. Nah, that's probably it. So I want to make an addendum, I guess, just in terms of like how do I think about demographics. And I was specifically like talking about I want to reach like the every person or whatever, right? Well, I mean, obviously my idea of who I want to reach is skews more young, right? So I didn't think to mention that, but I probably should have. I don't want to make things specifically for young people, which is why, like, if you're writing a book, right, you have to make it youth fiction if you're trying to reach. I mean, at least that's what your publisher will tell you, right? If you're trying to reach a younger audience. But young people are on YouTube, so that was kind of my point. And young people play video games, etc., etc. So it's like if I did like just a novel, not a youth. And I'm specifically talking about fiction. Like, yeah, obviously people read informational books, but fiction is seemingly less. Like, obviously my comprehension of demographics is like heavily based on like fucking no facts, emotion only, and just in terms of like my own experience. Like, fucking, it seems like people are watching more YouTube videos than they are reading. A lot of journalism is done for YouTube so that it will reach people on YouTube, and shit like that. So I just think I love books, I love reading, but I feel like it is almost outdated, kind of. Not in the sense that there's something wrong with the format, but in the sense that it's not necessarily what young people are paying attention to. And so even though I want to reach, I want whatever it is I'm writing to be able to reach older people too, I'm primarily concerned with like internet culture people. Like, what's going to be talked about online heavily plays into what it is I want to be writing, I guess. Because that's where the fucking 30-somethings, the 20-somethings, and the teenagers are. They're all online. If I made like a little RPG Maker game that had like a lot of text, the chance that I could reach all of those ages seems higher to me. And like, again, this is completely zero facts. Feelings over facts in this. Do I think I'm right? I don't know. I mean, it's just a gut feeling. Should I do some research on this? Probably. Like, if fucking kids are reading, and they're reading more adult literature too, and I can sort of free myself from that. Like, I've also just thought about like fucking writing and just reading online and doing that. So like my ideas about like what I want to do online have sort of evolved. At the end of the day, I do have this bias towards being an internet person. And I don't mean like a personality. I mean someone who is online and does their work online. Why? Because I don't know. It just seems appealing to me. I like the network. I like the internet. I like sort of the fucking cultivation you can do, the non-standard way in which you can present text. At the same time, I probably shouldn't look down on books so much as I do. And I should probably read more. I'm reading I'm reading 2 books right now, though. I'm reading enough. I like reading. I should be reading more, though. Just replace all the anime I watch with books. Why not? And at the end of the day, though, there is something, like, obviously, I think it's a good idea to get inspired from sources other than writing. And the reason I decided I wanted to be a writer in the first place was because I was reading light novels when I was like probably younger than 12. I don't know. I was reading fan translated light novels, and I was like, some of them I liked and some of them I didn't. I was like, I could do this idea but better. You know, I made, okay, advice for young writers. If you have an idea and you're passionate about it, write it immediately. Do not wait until you are good, quote unquote. Because for me, I had one story I was really, really passionate about for multiple years. And I did wind up writing, like, basically first drafts for the first chapter or whatever. But most of the shit I did was, like, world building. I would literally, as a little baby, teeny 12-year-old, write, like, Wikipedia articles, like, wiki articles for the elements of my story. I still have these. I've kept them in a little OBGYN bag. Along with other failed attempts at short stories and shit. But that was by far the biggest effort I've ever done in creating, like, a world. Well, I mean, the idea changed a lot over time. Like, originally, it was just a Zero Note Skyma and Siren the manga, the Shonen Jump manga ripoff. And then it like slowly became like a Zero Maria sort of inspired thing. And then just gradually I sort of lost interest in the project, and I'm just, I've never been more passionate about a single story than that one. It might be funny to, I guess, read some of it from way back. I don't know if I want to do that, though. That would be kind of funny, though. I don't know. Anyway. Addendum over. Alright. Fucking second addendum. Make podcasts. In my thing that I didn't post, that was the main theme. I just kept saying make podcasts. And you know what? It's right. You gotta do it. Okay? I'm trying to make, like, I specifically said, okay, call out post. Literally everyone who watches this, make a fucking podcast and post it down. Post it in the comments. Link it in the comments. And that I want you to do that. Listen. I just need more. I just need more podcasts. Okay. I just need friendly discussion podcast. Anything. I don't care. Friendly daily life chit chat. Literally, the more mundane, the better. I don't know. Talk about high-minded ideals. Talk about low-minded ideals. I don't care. Make a podcast. Do it. All right. Anyway, that definitely qualifies. So now I can use the fucking thumbnail. No, I can't. Okay, bye.